Hey guys, welcome to Thursday, or if you're over there in Dresden, Germany with Louisa, happy Friday and welcome to your weekend. Hey guys, I'm so glad that we are all here tonight to talk about this crazy ass show that we call Bold and the Beautiful. It's Queen Libra and Lady Sanchez, Louisa and Vicky. You guys, thank you so much. And Alexa Storm. Thank you guys for being here tonight. How was your days?
Hey, Bubbles.
Hey. So you guys, this show today, I got a lot to say. And I know that I didn't want to talk about Shred last night, but I must talk about them today because I am so proud of Taylor out here doing what she said she was gonna do. I'm not trying to be nobody's damn backup plan. I'm disappointed in Steffi because Steffi talking about how her mama's so stressed out. Well, maybe you was the stupid like your mama said, and let her get through this, then she wouldn't be under no stress.
Exactly.
His little moments with his flashbacks kind of got me worried. And Donna, bless her heart, Donna is the one who gave Brooke the final piece of the puzzle she needed so she could locate her missing husband today. Nobody knew where Big Daddy Ridge was. So let's just jump into it. Where we gonna start at?
Well, we could start with the smaller stuff because I already know that this is gonna mostly end up being us dragging Ridge to fulfill because he worked every nerve I had left in my little body today.
Yes, it will be.
So we can start with the stuff that's a little less obvious. One I will say about Brooke and Bill today sounded like a goodbye scene to me. Like they're putting Brill to bed between the symbolism of Bill saying, I'm letting go of some things, meaning I'm letting go of the Aspen house because I'm letting go of, this, but I'll still, enjoy the memories. And then him making those sly comments about how, I bet he never took you on a hot air balloon ride or on a camel ride in Dubai. And she was like, no, you're right. You are pretty fun. Goodbye, Bill. So that pretty much kind of put a period on Brill as far as who Brooke's rebound is going to be when this entire scenario concludes blowing up in her damn face.
And I've been telling y'all since that man found Lee Finnegan down there on them damn docks in that alley that Bill would be the red herring in this thing with Ridge and Brooke. They popped him up at always the most inopportune moments. Here he is sitting on the couch talking to her when Ridge comes home. And here he is telling people how awesome she is all the time and what a wonderful woman she is. It was all smoke and mirrors, and today was the end of Brill. I know a lot of people don't want to accept that, but like Darling said, this was the last it for Brill. Brooke will not be moving on with him. He's not going to be the person that comforts her this time. He out here trying to be different for Finn's mama.
Exactly. Him saying, because that's the thing. I found it odd when he said that, when he first called Steffi out of the blue and said he was selling the Aspen house. I mean, that just struck me as strange because you heard what he said. I'm asking for an arm and a leg, and not for nothing. Property in Aspen, Colorado, they got positive shacks going for $1.5 million.
Yeah.
So it's somewhat telling that Bill, who is definitely a savvy businessman, is sitting up here getting ready to let go of some real prime real estate right now, but he's letting it go because he basically said, I done sat down, I done thought about some things, and it sounds like the things that he's thought about is that I'm busy holding on to stuff that's not there anymore, referring to Brill, to them. That's how I felt. That's what I was picking up off of what he was saying.
Girl, he been holding on to Brill and to Beatty. It's time for him to let both of those go. He's been holding on to those things.
But he hasn't let either of them. Well, he hasn't let either of them go because the way he was standing up there today, Bill Spencer looked pathetic. He looked like a pathetic loser that can't take no for an answer, still standing up there reminiscing about hot air balloons and camera rides in the back. He didn't look like
Yeah.
a man that has given up yet. He looks pathetic and desperate.
Well, see, that's the
It's
thing.
sad.
He's that's the thing. Leia, let's not get it twisted. Bill isn't letting go because he's decided that it's time to move on. The other people have moved on. Okay, Brooke is not checking for him. Okay, she's too busy worrying about her husband who leaving the damn city and the state without telling her. So she is not checking for no other man right now. And Katie is a non-factor. Well, because one, we don't see her, and two, there has not been an inch of progress in over 2 years. And Bill trying to convince her that he won't screw her over for her sister again. So him letting it's fine to say that you're letting go of things when everybody else has already let go of your ass.
Correct. And so he looks desperate. He looks pathetic. Um, uh, I don't know what I missed, guys. What did I miss in these 5 minutes? Because I knew it was a mouthful.
Yeah, let's
Let's
see it.
that
We
was
we
that
just hit
was
topics. That's it.
well, yeah, we wanted to get some of the other stuff out of the way before we got to the main event, which is the dragging of Ridge. So that was the most important thing that I picked up from Brooke and Bill's actual conversation. That and that Brooke is deluding herself into thinking that if Taylor wasn't in town, her problems would go away.
Correct.
Yeah.
I saw
I was
that. I
gonna say,
noticed that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. If she would move away, so the powers that be are going to drag this all the way to the end with Brooke and Taylor fighting some more over Ridge, even though he's shown to be worthless. This man walked away from his
Absolutely
wife
worthless.
without even giving her the benefit to even defend herself against the whatever. I mean, whatever it is, he didn't give her the opportunity to even say, "Yes, I messed up. I did lie to you. My bad." Right?
Mm,
I mean,
mm,
and what he
mm.
did is he left and he went straight to Taylor to lie to her.
Well, we gonna get to that because I have a lot to say about that, but and about Taylor's reaction. The other thing that I noticed aside from that was that I don't know where we're going with the CPS call because three very important factors came out today. One, it seems that the CPS call is gonna stay between Thomas and Ridge until one of them decides it's not. Because you notice Ridge did not tell Taylor anything, and Thomas did not say a word to Steffi. When she was like, "Well, what's going on?" And he was like, "It doesn't matter." And he just left it at that, did not elaborate, did not say nothing.
So
And
protecting Walter's job, or is this just part of some of the bullshit? Because after those little flashbacks he was having today, and the little expression on his face, when he found out that Ridge was up there and Aspen chasing his mama, I was just like, they're really gonna do this to us. They're really going to
Yep,
break our hearts like this.
they're gonna go. They're going the obvious.
it
Yep,
feels like it. What I found was very weird was that when we had, first of all, when they had us sit through all them flashbacks, I said, y'all needed to fill up screen. Y'all trying to stretch this shit out. That was yesterday. Why are you showing me all these damn flashbacks from yesterday's show? Not last
That's
week,
what I
not
thought it
last
was
month,
too, yeah.
you know
Because
why
in
yesterday.
the flashbacks, I
they
just
leaving
felt
out?
like it was just to throw us off. Because in those flashbacks, if Thomas was guilty, he would have had a flashback of at least one thing that would have alerted us to the guilt. Maybe why not show a flashback with him standing there with the voice app in his hand?
That's
Right.
happening
Give
tomorrow.
me something,
That's
in the fantasy that would make me think that Thomas did it. But otherwise, to me, it just looked like, oh, they just trying to throw us off. Because it didn't look, it wasn't an admission of guilt. It didn't look like anything disturbing. It just looked like he was thinking about everything that hadn't happened. We didn't get a flashback of him making a call or anything himself, and that was very unusual. So I think it was
It
just
was.
done to throw us, just so we can speculate even more.
I think tomorrow Thomas is going to do some more recalling, and he's going to recall the shady shit he did. That's tomorrow's Friday cliffhanger. They're priming us up. It was clear as mud today that Thomas is about to be slid under the bus yet again.
Yep.
So
I
tomorrow is going to be the big reveal that Thomas actually used the voice app or whatever's going on with the voice app, because clearly Steffi hasn't a clue. Steffi said, "I
No,
don't know. I'm losing hope." So she's not manipulating if she's losing hope.
no. And the one thing that I did notice that made me curious was that, okay, so as of right now, the only two people who know about who supposedly really made the call are Ridge and Thomas, because they
That's
called
it.
Walter over to the mansion and they had their talk about it. Now, I'm trying to make sure I remembered correctly because I didn't have time to go back and watch the actual two shows where that mess played out. So, refresh my memory. The CPS call happened. CPS came, then they left, then they talked about it. Ridge called Brooke and asked
Mm-hmm.
her, and then Thomas had the idea about who made the call about calling Walter, right?
No, that was the next day. He had the
Okay,
No,
because
idea.
same day. Same
but it
that
day.
I
was
was
the
mean,
same day,
They
right?
were wearing the
it was
same
they was
clothes.
all in the same clothes, but it was the next day's episode, is what I'm saying. It went
That
off after CPS left. It went off when with Brooke, with
and
Ridge
Ridge calling
directly
her.
asking Brooke, yeah, because he told her the whole scenario, and then it went off with him. Then after the end of the
Okay,
scenario, then he said, "Did you do it?" Now the next day, it came on with them kicking ideas around.
okay, so all right, so okay, because there's something I have forgot. Because I'm thinking about the whole Walter situation and about who knows about the CPS call. Douglas was upstairs when all that was going on, wasn't he?
When they
No,
was kicking
Douglas.
around
Remember,
ideas.
Douglas and Ridge was together when CPS arrived.
No, no, no. I mean, when
Yes.
Walter came and played that call, was
Yeah,
Douglas
Douglas
still
wasn't
upstairs?
there. I don't think he was there.
No, I believe Douglas was with Steffi and Kelly,
Yeah,
because
Douglas
I
wasn't
gotta
remember,
go
there that
back and
day.
watch.
Thomas. Huh?
I gotta go back and watch because my thing is, I don't remember Thomas and Ridge after CPS came. I don't remember Thomas and Ridge both leaving the house and going anywhere. Did they?
no
No.
only Rick left the house.
Right. He went
Rid
to Brooks,
Thomas
and then
stayed.
next time we saw Thomas, he was at the Forster Creations.
Okay. I need to go
Mhm.
back and look at the chronology on that because I'm trying to figure out how the information about the CPS call is going to get out because right now it look a Ridge bitch ass ain't gonna say nothing. And Thomas don't look like he's going to bring it up either. So I'm trying to figure out if somebody else is going to have that information. And the only person I could
Nobody
think
else
of is,
knows.
well, that's the thing.
Except
Eric and Donna obviously were not at the house when all this went down.
No, they weren't
So
there.
they right, so they don't know anything about it at all. So I think it was the episode, not the 28th episode. I think it was the 30th episode, which was when Walter came up. So while we're talking, I'm gonna be skimming through Some Bold and the Beautiful on mute to see if I missed something. And let's see.
what
I
is it that you're
don't.
trying to find out?
That's exact. Okay. Okay. No, it happened exactly how I thought it happened. Okay. So after the CPS people left, they sent Douglas upstairs and we didn't see him no more. We didn't see Douglas anymore and we didn't hear anything saying that Douglas had been sent out of the house, is what I mean. So when they called Walter over to the house to ask him to find out who made the CPS call, Douglas was still upstairs at Eric's.
Right.
That's what I mean. Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out in my head how is this what way is the CPS call and the fact that Brooke is supposedly the one who made it gonna come out. Right now it's down to either Thomas or Ridge opening their mouth and neither one of them seems to be there. So I'm trying to wonder, is there a chance that Douglas could have been wandering his ass downstairs and overheard that damn call when Walter played it anyway?
Well, if that's not the thing, we know that people are spilling secrets that we didn't know. So Thomas might tell Hope, I wasn't gonna say anything, but we kind of found out your mama was the one that dropped the dime. But if he did it, I don't know. I don't know. I don't
I
know
don't
how
know, me neither. No,
because
I was trying to, not to distract everyone, I was trying to reason that out in my head for ways that this is going to come out, since it looks like the two primary people who would be the ones saying something don't seem inclined to say anything. And I'm especially squinting my eyes at Ridge, because he should be saying something to either Brooke or to Taylor, considering what's happened, but he's not gonna. And then those flashbacks with Thomas were, I agree with y'all, they were very misleading, because they went through all the trouble to recolorize them bitches and have them be a different color to show that, oh wow, this is a flashback, only for us not to
Hmm.
see anything other than what we had already seen, or
Yeah,
connect that Thomas actually had did something.
exactly. I
I'm
think it
telling
was
Not
you, they
meant just
hinting
to
it at. We're
throw us
gonna see
off.
it
And
tomorrow.
I'm with Can Can on this one. Like she said, Can Can believes that they're probably gonna make it really look like it was Thomas, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna be Thomas that did it.
I hope not.
I hope that it's not Thomas too, but I just know how they like to show us the carrot, and then once we're getting ready to take a bite out of it, they replace it with a rock. I'm tired of replacing my teeth. So I'm just not gonna bite nothing. I'm just gonna leave it up in the air. But to me,
Hmm.
it feels like it might be somebody other than Brooke, but I don't want it to be anybody other than Brooke. I really don't. It gives her out, and then she gets to chase Ridge for the next 3 to 5 years until something happens, and then he decides he's going to leave Taylor and go back to Brooke.
Mm.
I don't
And
want it.
then And then, of course, it goes without saying the other minor part about Donna. Donna, how do I put this? Donna and Eric were, they were doing their own thing. They were doing what they should have been doing, minding their own business. Here, Eric is trying to go pull honey, or let Donna pull honey on him in the Caribbean,
Disgusting.
and exactly. But and it turns out Ridge then just took the he really didn't tell nobody. He really just took the jetted off the Aspen, ain't told nobody, period, at all. And now Donna is telling, I guess Donna must have texted Brooke to tell her that they was going on a quick trip, and then called her to tell her, well, no, the trip is canceled. And because Ridge is on the jet in Aspen and your ass at home, and I don't understand that. And I'm sitting up here like Brooke up in her living room being Encyclopedia Brown trying to figure out where her husband at.
Girl, that was the funny thing for me. Like Steffi said, asking Thomas if he's heard from Ridge, and Thomas like, I ain't seen him since we talked. I don't know where he is. Brooke is somewhere making plans, talking about, well, I haven't heard from Ridge, but I'm so excited for this wonderful night that we're gonna spend together on the beach, with the fire and the private dinner. It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna get his Petey Bird virginity tonight. Ooh. And
That was
Oh.
on the list.
his ass is over here. What time did we land in Colorado? Like he took the jet, like he called the damn Uber, y'all. Who does it? That's what I said y'all the other night. Their pilots cannot have a second job, because this man just up and called Air Uber to pick him up and take him to Denver. Like they didn't even really have enough time to file flight plans. Eric think the jet just chilling. He trying to take Donna down to get some Caribbean honey. Um, and Kate, because Ridge just up and go. Oh, I just giggled when he said it must be a business trip, and she said, no, because Pam and I book all the business trips, so I would know about it. Didn't nobody know shit.
Mm-hmm.
But her being on the inside to call and fill Brooke in, I love that too. Because her little spy is not doing a great job at being a little spy.
Donna sucks as a spy. I'm up here like I was up here rolling like, Ridge is not in Aspen or business, but you don't know that Hope sleeping over, girl.
Right.
Hope
Right.
is
That
Now
part.
listen.
right where you at, and you don't know that she's there, but you know Ridge's itinerary. Okay, girl? Yeah. So Brooke might lose her mind if she finds out that Hope sleeping over that. Well, if Donna didn't tell her, I'm surprised she didn't ask Donna about that. Donna's right there at the house. Wouldn't she see Hope not leaving for the night? I mean, I
That's
know
what I'm.
house, but come on.
Well, girl, let's be honest. You would think she would see it, but this is the woman who had dinner plans, had dinner all ready to go, and had dressed up in her black dress to get ready to try to ride her husband like the rodeo show. Ridge was in Malibu, and by the time Ridge got back, she had already gone to sleep. So Brooke is not burning the midnight oil no more, apparently.
Child. She
So Donna, I'm watching the scene, so it looked like it came on with Ridge still on the phone with Brooke. The day that Walter comes over.
Mm-hmm.
So he's still on the phone with Brooke. So as far as we know, Douglas is still upstairs.
right.
Right. Yeah,
Same day.
I wanted to know if that would potentially be a factor because I find it
Yeah.
very interesting that we're gonna have Henry back in the role of Douglas by next Friday, and here Henry's Douglas, he can't hold ice water on his chest.
He gonna
So
we gonna
it's
find out that he was sneaking and listening.
Right.
exactly
Yeah. I think they about to retcon something though with Thomas and Hope. I believe
very
they are because
possible.
that revelation that she was sleeping over at Forrester and how she was checking Thomas last night. I'm more and more certain that they're gonna retcon something had done happened between Thomas and Hope.
I've been telling you that.
I I would be very surprised if they did because that just seems, too close to them trying to sully Hope's good name,
That's
so to
true.
speak, in the
It's
eyes
I
of the
feel
show
that.
anyway.
it's not gonna sully her name though because her mama gonna already been to slept with her husband or did whatever she's gonna do that's inappropriate to make Hope run to Thomas. She is going to be completely without blame when she runs crying to Thomas and falls into his arms and ends up riding him like a pogo stick.
Not a
Um,
pogo stick.
a pogo stick, honey. Yeah, she gonna ride him like a pogo stick on top of a unicycle, and it's gonna be perfectly fine because people are gonna be saying, "Well, you know what? That's what Liam deserves because look at what he did to her. Look how he's hurt Hope." And these are gonna be people who don't like Thomas. They're going to hate it, but they're going to have to admit that Thomas really is the only man who has ever wanted just Hope plain so besides Oliver because Oliver wasn't about nobody else either. I mean, he had young
Mm-mm.
Steffy Forrester sitting in his lap, and he was like, "Nope, I'm gonna wait on the virgin." And Oliver really was gonna wait on Hope, till he thought she was ready at her party. But Hope has not had a man to be 100% about her since she left Oliver. Wyatt was all about Hope, but I feel like eventually he would have fell off the wagon, and then they went and married him to Steffi. So at some point they would have had another triangle with them down the road. But it's gonna be intriguing to these people who don't like Thomas. That Hope is falling in love with this man who only has eyes for her. He don't care not. She knows without a doubt Thomas ain't gonna never sleep with her mama because he's already had that opportunity and nothing came of it. That's the only man that gives her a sense of security. Why?
Right. He can't
Hmm.
never sleep with Steffi either.
Why? And he will never be involved with Steffi. That's a key point. She will never have to fight Steffi for him. Ain't no other woman around. Caroline is dead, and Sally Spectra is in Genoa City, bouncing between Newmans. So she
Hmm.
has zero competition. Why would she not choose to be with a man who is not looking at nobody else? Why wouldn't she let Thomas be her fan?
Cause she ain't that bright.
Why wouldn't she?
Cause she ain't that bright.
But she
Thomas
fixed
has always been there.
exactly. Even when he was climbing up on the roof of somebody else's house to paint fucking graffiti for her. But here is the point. She is going to wake up, and it might not be that long. She might come out that fall for 6 months, but it's gonna be a glorious 6 months. She's gonna wake up just like Taylor did out here in this fresh aspen air, and she's gonna say, "Why in the hell would I want to go back to a man who done been with my mama, got them been with my stepsister? I did nothing but chase him to be a cheater this whole time." And here I have this wonderful man that's done nothing but wanted to show me that I'm the only person. We already got a ready-made family. My little girl loves him. I'm already the mama to his son. Our kids feel like they're siblings. Why wouldn't I take a chance? Hope is gonna shoot her shot when Liam fucks up. I'm telling you.
Yes, she is. Because it's like we already a blended family. I just gotta go ahead and make it official.
Right.
Steffi gonna lose her shit.
Well,
Beth gonna be calling Thomas daddy in a couple of months. Just watch. He gonna be Daddy Thomas.
she gonna learn it from my mom. That's what mommy calls him.
Yeah, that's a and darling, just to answer your question, I'm to the part where Thomas X he's telling Ridge right now about Walter. They getting ready to call him over. Douglas still upstairs, so Douglas never came down them stairs.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's something that I'm gonna put a pin in that in my memory, so that
Mm-hmm.
as this, because apparently they've decided that they're going to drag this who made the CPS call mess out, because we all know it's never gonna be as simple as it was really Brooke. It's never
Right.
gonna be just that clean that Brooke called out of malice, etc., etc. So I'm gonna put a pin in that for later possible developments.
Right, because we know if we know that it can't be Brooke, because they have to have a reason for her to be able to say that bridge was stolen from her, and she has to be able to blame everything on somebody else, even though the idea of calling CPS came out of her head. Wasn't nobody thinking about no damn CPS till she uttered the words. It's like they casting spells. They a damn coven. You spoke those words into existence. CPS got called, and everybody thinks it's you. But it's not going to be her, because they're going to have a reason for her to be able to say, "But Rich, it wasn't me. You know it was whoever it's fixing to be. Rich, we were robbed. Can't you see that? You don't belong with Taylor. You should come back home to me." And that's what we're going to have for the next
Exactly.
couple of years. If he truly decides to pick Taylor and he stays with Taylor, that is what we fixing to get for the next damn 6 months to a year, or however long they decide to keep them together, until Taylor walks in and finds Ridge kissing Brooke,
For the
or
umpteenth.
Guys,
for the wedding and
it
RJ
just
need
hit
a
me.
kidney or something.
Yes,
It
indeed.
just hit me.
Our son is sick, Rich. We need to be together. Every child needs their family together, Rich. She gonna order that shit. Think of the
So
children.
listen, guys. Since Bill was there today, I suspect Bill is going. Brooke is going to hightail it, of course, to Aspen. I think Steffi and Bill is going to prevent Brooke from getting even to Ridge. Period. I don't know. I have a suspicion that we may be shifting from the
Steffi
CPS
would.
call. Hmm?
Steffi would, but not Bill. I don't
Bill
think
would
so.
if he
Not
wants
this.
Brooke. He
He
did to
would, but
Steffi
that's
when he
the
wanted
thing.
Steffi.
But that's the thing. Today they were like figuratively saying goodbye to whatever this is with Brill.
Yep,
So
just like Bubbles was just saying, though. Bill's not really trying to say goodbye. He was
I
still
mean, he's
shooting
not
his
saying.
shot today.
But that's the thing. He may want Brooke, but Brooke ain't looking for Bill. And she also told him, "I need you to stop coming around here so much," and all this other rigmarole. I don't see Bill hopping on the jet going to Aspen or intervening to prevent Brooke from getting what she wants. I
I
just
could
don't
see
see it.
Bill calling Steffi to ask her
Just
about the house. Steffi
mhm,
may mention that her dad is there or whatever, and Brooke is there or whatever, and
mhm.
tell him what's going on. And he may think that's his chance to influence the situation so he can finally get a shot again.
I doubt it.
Nah,
I
the
believe
tone isn't there. This isn't the bill. The bill that you. It's like you said, Sam. Bill was pathetic today. The Bill
It
we
was
saw
disgusting.
today is not the Bill who dumped Ridge's ass out of a helicopter to make sure he could keep his chances with Brooke alive and popping. Those are two different versions of Bill Spencer. And the one that we saw today, I felt like he was declawed and defanged.
He was pathetic. He looked like a dope. When she was like, Bill, he was like, yep, I'm Bill. It was so dopey. It was
Well,
not good.
that's because that was his goodbye. Bill and Brooke are over for now. That's what I got from that scene. They were both saying goodbye. You know, he sat there and talked about we had some great memories um uh in Aspen and was a wonderful time. But I think that that's the end of Bill Spencer and Brooke Logan for right now. Because she gonna be wanting to chase Ridge. And I still think he is a red herring as far as anything going on with Brooke because we already had, well, I've already established that they're going to put him with Lee Finnegan. Period ended. They're going to put him with Lee Finnegan, and that's going to be it. He's trying to get back to the place where he feels like he wants to be a better man. And she delights him. He lights up every time he sees her. He's giddy around her and begging her, can he stay and join her for lunch? Knowing he just got through eating. What you gonna eat this time? You not ready to have? Oh, you just gonna sit and watch her eat. Okay. So I feel like today was the swan song for Brill. I almost expected some flashbacks showing them in Aspen walking down that little road and being in the hot air balloon. That would have been the real closing the coffin moment for me if they had done that. But I felt like this conversation was a goodbye for them. Brooke is like, look, for the very last time, I'm sitting over here trying to get my husband's Peterbird virginity, and I'm not interested in you no more. And he was like, yeah, that's, I'm selling the house. Memories are gone. So that's pretty much all we're gonna have left is memories if we're gonna have anything. She was like, yep, okay, see you later, bye. She wasn't interested in sitting there walking down memory lane. So if they have him pivot and start chasing her when they've kind of already established for me that they're sending him after Lee Finnegan, I don't know.
Well, I ain't seen Lee. When last time you seen Lee?
But then you can say
Since lunch.
we seen Bill. They don't really pull nobody out. This thing with Bill, I'm telling you, he's a red herring. They're not gonna put him back with Brooke.
Or have him really. And the thing is, if they're not really gonna try to let Bill be her rebound, because yes, Brooke is gonna have a rebound when all of this blows up, and Ridge tells her that he's basically leaving her to go pursue something with Taylor. If Bill was gonna be that person, he wouldn't have found and take steps to try to make that happen. He wouldn't have been at Brooke's house being so damn nostalgic and fangless today. Like when Dollar Bill lost the dollar in front of his name for the first time, that's the kind of Bill I saw today. Fangless, clawless, like he about to go sit on a rock, meditate, and try to find his sinner or some shit.
Yeah, but that's who we got now. That's who he is now.
Yes, that's who he is. You're
It's
right.
a waste.
The other dollar bill again.
It's a waste.
It
Yeah.
is.
He'll never be that ruthless person he was when he came to town all those years ago. We've lost that. He's mellowed out. He's been Loganized, and he's got 3 kids.
Oh,
That
and
didn't like Logan's. He ain't have no kids. He was like Ridge Forrester in the 80s, just flying around fucking everybody without a
oh,
care.
and Oh, and side note, also today also cleared the fact that Bill obviously does not know anything about the CPS business, else he would have said something. He would not have been able to resist mentioning it to Brooke. But as far as I could tell, he came over to Brooke's house to tell her that he was selling the house and to reminisce. That was it.
Yeah, he keeps showing up
So,
to reminisce. Every time I turn around, he's showing up to reminisce.
mm, I mean, and the thing is,
Yeah, he looking
Doll.
real pathetic at this point. I don't like this dollar bill. They really need to do something with him. If they gonna give him Lee, they need to start making it happen. I'm tired of him showing up.
Oh, it's
Uh
too late. It's too
yeah.
late for
I
me
mean
and
for
Bill.
me it is, yeah.
Yeah, Billy
It
is a
does
wrap for me.
seem like cold toast, but some of us been waiting on Springer to kiss for over a year. So what are we really complaining about?
Oh
Right.
Lord, that's
Bill and
just
Lee don't have
that.
no chemistry to wait. What we
You're
waiting for?
right. They do, and they have great chemistry. And so who asked me, do I want Electra Storm? I don't really want Lee with Bill, but look, ain't none of these men on this show perfect except for Douglas, and that's because he's six. Um, ain't none of them
Ben is
perfect.
pretty damn perfect.
Who? Oh yeah,
Finn.
Yeah,
Ben.
Finn,
That's
Finn
it.
and Charlie. That's about it.
Hmm.
That's it. So that's not if you're trying to get a perfect man for Lee, that those are her options. One is her son, one is a minor, and the other one is the head of security and yoked up over there with Pam. So ain't gonna be no good man of substance and standing for Lee. Bridge Force is a
Speaking of Pam,
therapist.
Allie Mills.
Oh,
Yeah, she going over to
Speaking of
GH,
Pam,
ain't
Yes,
she?
Allie Mills
we
going
was
over to GH.
either she gonna be
Hmm.
Carly mama not being dead, or she gonna actually be that damn nanny that Esme got. I
Esme
agree.
person.
Yeah,
Esme person.
I want
Mm-hmm.
her to be Esme's nanny.
Yeah.
yeah.
Allie Mills
She
is
could
so
play
freaking
crazy.
fantastic.
I mean, and they
So
ain't had
fantastic.
her, and I can't even say no, I can't even say I'm salty because they ain't had her doing nothing since they let Quinn Leg go through Stephanie Payton. That was the
Well, they
last
had her
story
up
she
there
really
propping
got.
Donna and gave her a case of honey when she got her new job.
That was it. That's all they have Pam doing. She ain't
That's
had her
right.
own storyline since she decided not to marry Charlie. And at this
Mm-hmm.
point, she should be in the since her good friend Donna lives at the house now and Quinn is gone. You would think that Pam would go and tell Charlie, well, now's the time for us to get married. My good friend Donna's up there at the house now, and surely my good friend Donna will let me hang my sister's portrait over the mantle for my wedding, the way that Eric did for Steffi when she got married. Surely my good friend Donna won't object to that. This is the time for Pam and Charlie to get married. And they could have a
Really.
and be the ones to make their own shit because it's the holidays and they cooking anyway. So they just made everything. That would be appropriate for this year to do that.
Y'all know
I
what?
concur.
I am feeling pretty disappointed in how narrow the focus is on Bold and the Beautiful right now. We've basically had nothing but Tridge and Thomas Douglas and Hope. Seems like for several weeks. And it seems like it's getting narrower.
Yep.
Now with Allie Mills gone, who else just left? Rena left.
Yep.
We never see
Hmm.
Wyatt. We just talked about when we
Hmm.
see Bill. I mean, it's just pathetic and useless. I mean, the focus of this show is so narrow. When the last time we actually heard something from Paris and Zende?
The other day when they came in here with
Mm,
and then they said, y'all talking family business, so we gonna go and leave y'all, and then they left.
nothing about
Small
them
talk.
though. They're just
Exactly.
kind of just
Small talk.
there.
Small talk.
Hmm.
So
Small
yeah,
talk.
they're not.
Exactly.
I think. Honestly, I think that Paris, Zende, and Carter are on hold until they figure out what the hell they want to do. Because whatever plans they had on the books previously would have involved Carter and Quinn's not a thing anymore.
They
So
didn't have anything on the books for Carter and Quinn, which is why Rena Sofa left. They wanted to
Yep.
backburn her.
well,
They
no. When
didn't
I
have
say
anything.
on the Well, no, when I say on the books, I don't mean actual story. If there was going to be some sort of a conflict or anything, they have to completely rework that because now they can't do anything with Carter, period, until if it's going to involve Paris and Zende, if unless they have at some point they're going to have to address the Quinn issue or
Well, see,
why
that's the
Yeah.
Quinn
point.
isn't there is what
I
I
think
mean.
I think that is the point I'm making. We should not have to be sitting here figuring out what all the powers that be need to damn do to have a damn B story or a C story running.
Yep.
You feel me?
No, I don't
That
disagree
that
with
that
that.
that's ridiculous. I mean, I'm already over Ridge. I am. After the foolishness, I'm already over Thomas and Hope because I already see they putting Thomas under the bus. So everything's got a time limit on it. Max 6 months. Max. I'm really becoming turned off by Bold and the Beautiful lately.
I promise the only reason I keep watching is because I like the actors. It's not the storylines. It's
Oh
not
no,
the,
the stories be weak,
it's truly the actors, and I want to
and the
support
pacing is
people.
terrible.
Um, I love just about everybody on the screen, but I don't love the storylines, and they make it hard to stay when they do dumb shit like this.
Right. I was so thoroughly entertained by Days on my day off on Wednesday. I turned it on Wednesday morning and I binged all of the leftover episodes. I laughed and I cried and I enjoyed. Bold is just, I'm just tired of the
Yeah.
same old. Even wonderfully beautiful, talented Krista Allen that is making
Mm-hmm.
us all fall in love with Taylor. We all see the BS. We all see the same
Hmm.
storyline. It's the same thing. It's like she's magnificent. But when are we gonna get better?
Yeah, when we gonna move on? A lot of the same stuff been going on for months. It's time for them to move on. I'm already sick of this. Who did it? The CPS. I'm sick of Steffi pressuring her mother, and I'm sick of this round and round with Ridge and Bridge. I know what you mean, Sam. They need to start closing some of these, moving on to the next stories. We ain't seen She-Con in 2 weeks.
I can't wait to find out what's going on with Sheila and
They're making the same
Hmm.
mistakes that Y and R make on the regular
Yeah,
by dragging this shit out way, way too long. And I guess we finally got what ate up the most
this supposed to be
oxygen on
some
the story
bullshit.
today was Ridge, his flight to Aspen, and the absolute idiocy of him slopping up there to whisper, "Well, you know I love you," in Taylor's face, and think she was supposed to fall on the ground at his feet.
Yeah,
Man,
because of who she is, because of who she is to him.
yeah,
Woman,
You
you
know,
are.
that's like saying, I love you, girl. You the best booty call I got.
yeah.
You know what you mean to me. What? Boy, I wanted to. I swear, I wish I had somebody had a basket of pine cones and started throwing them at Ridge's head.
I wanted her
Hmm.
to slap him, really. I wanted her to slap him and tell him just go on back home to your wife because you sitting up here talking about, oh, I wanna be with you for the rest of my life. Oh, really? You still married? Because it seems to me like you can't be changing up partners if you still yoked to the last one. Do your wife know you here? Where she
Hmm.
anyway? Where does your wife
Man,
right the fuck now?
Was she about
I
to
would have.
find out, Bubbles, and that's why I was so pissed because imagine the look on Taylor's face when Brooke show up tomorrow. It'll
Right.
probably, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they back to the same shit, and she just asked him. She just said to Rich, "Let me guess. You pissed off at Brooke. What did she do to piss you off this time?"
Because she knows his
Hmm.
pattern
Uh-huh.
and told
Hmm.
him, I don't want to do this no more. I want to break this pattern. I see it coming. I've already done this. I don't want to do it no more.
She called
Yep.
it. She called it with her. You know how they say in Carlito's way, they'll read this one with their eyes closed.
Yep.
That's exactly what Taylor was doing today because
Yep.
she knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that if Ridge had his ass in Aspen out of nowhere at no expectation, especially when he clarified that he did not tell anybody he was coming out there. She said the second to last, the second thing out of her mouth was, "Oh, you and Brooke must have had one hell of a blow up then."
Yep.
Because she could smell it. She smelled it like, oh, like you could smell the rain, like old people feel it in their bones. She knows his bullshit. And we're getting to the part that upset me the most is that Ridge did exactly what I knew he would do. He sat up there and he is doing what Brooke has been doing to him for years, lying by omission
Yeah.
because He's because the thing is he's using weasel words because she's saying Brooke must have done something. Y'all must have had a blow up. No, this ain't about Brooke. Well, no. Here's the thing. Technically, Brooke and Ridge did not have a blow up because he never said anything to her. He just
Yeah,
went to her to give her the chance to confess her sins. And what she done, she didn't. And then he flew out of there like a bat out of hell. And that was just that. There was no
yeah,
confrontation. There was no blow up. There was
yeah,
no argument. So really, for all intents and purposes, and this is not, and I don't, and heaven knows, I don't feel sorry for Brooke about anything. But Brooke at this point is totally at sea because this literally is out of left field. She doesn't know why the hell Ridge would hop on a plane and go to Aspen and completely ghost her in the process and not say nothing. Neither
yeah,
does Taylor. So both of these women are working off of limited to bad information.
Well,
yeah. All we gonna,
I'm gonna guess that tomorrow she's going to think that Taylor and Steffi went to Aspen and then they called Ridge and lured him to Aspen.
yeah,
See, she's gonna say that they lured Ridge to Aspen.
yeah,
That's why she got to go out here on this plane because I'm not gonna let Taylor win. She's not gonna steal my husband. Watch and see. That's because if Brooke leaves tomorrow to go to Aspen on the Forester jet, Lord, that jet is getting the miles. But if she leaves tomorrow, she'll get there Monday probably, unless she takes the same plane Ridge took, because he took the super Uber
The
and got
teleporter.
Hey
he took
guys, you know what would be great? Y'all know what would be great? Is if
Hmm.
tomorrow, while Brooke is on her way to Aspen, she flashed back to calling CPS.
that would be great.
That would be wonderful.
Then I can
And
be easy.
exactly. And then
That would be
extremely
definitely
unexpected.
that and it wouldn't it be? Now wouldn't it be? Okay, we
yeah.
keep talking about
That would be the
me.
twist.
Wouldn't it be?
It
That
would because
everything Taylor
nobody's
is saying,
expecting that.
because literally Taylor is on screen saying everything that we say on Twitter. Second, she don't need to be second choice. She ain't nobody consolation
That's
prize.
right.
Blah 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 blah. What
She
if the
reading the
twist is
tweets.
Brooke actually did make the call and she fucked herself? Just we talked about last night. That would
Yep.
be a twist.
It would be,
Hmm.
but I got PTSD.
I
Me
know,
too.
ain't that the damn truth?
We all do.
Because I mean, because at this point it's like, okay, I mean, so Ridge is gone to Aspen without a word to anyone, nobody, not his dad, not Thomas, not nobody. He's just gone in the night. He got boinked in the head with a pine cone and then hopped on the jet, and that was just that.
Isn't
Messed
that
up his
so
daddy.
childish? That's
That
what young men do. 19, 20 year olds, who haven't got a clue, who haven't got their shit together. That was so damn childish.
that's a Liam move, is what that is.
Yeah.
Okay, because in one of the comments because that's the kind of thing Liam does, isn't it? When he thought Steffi and Bill were having an ongoing affair, what did he do? Even though
Run the
he had
hope.
decided, he ran the hope and made a cement baby. And
Yep.
and then with Rich's whole attitude pissed me off. I'm like, bruh, hold up, wait a minute. It is not 1992 anymore. Okay, that was 30 years ago. That was 30 years ago. That was three whole adult children ago. That was
Hmm.
multiple marriages for the both of you ago. And you think that it's still 1992 and y'all are still in St. Thomas, and that all it's going to take to get Taylor back is you telling her that you want her for the rest of y'all lives and that you love her, and that's supposed to be, that's the sell. That's your closing line. Bruh, get your trash ass out of here. The woman ran away from you, bro. And if she hadn't taken pity on you, she would have did the chariots of fire and left your ass choking on smoke. And I feel like she should have.
Baby, Taylor was running from Ridge. I'm telling you, like she was in 100-yard dash.
I
I
know TK
She
was
thought
trying
it
to
was.
was
see her.
so funny. I say they passed the point of trying to be cute, like a cute little run. Leave me alone, Ridge. Taylor was running, y'all. I mean, she was running her ass off through that forest.
I
And
think that was the
Ridge,
favorite. I think that was my favorite part of today's show.
Mine too.
When Taylor took off running at that house and Ridge
Who?
running behind her because our girl Taylor was hauling ass.
All
Poor
right.
TK.
And,
TK was out of breath.
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
our
I
good
think
and
she
our
went a
good
little
friend
bit
Ricky is
further.
starting to post spoilers.
Uh-oh.
Okay, what we
Okay,
got?
so let's see. So the week early edition spoilers for the week of October 17th. Sheila hides when Bill and Deacon have a charged encounter.
Mm,
Hope confronts Steffi about their feuding families.
Mm,
mm,
And a heartbroken Brooke seeks answers.
mm.
mm.
Uh-huh. And the pictures that have been uploaded are a spoiler pic of Brooke and Ridge where they're walking in the woods. She didn't switch to her went to her Aspen went to wardrobe. It'd be so funny. I will not to interrupt, but the wardrobe changes from LA to Aspen. I'd be like, yes indeed, y'all get on the plane and y'all just go change it up. Go ahead,
So
rich
wait a
people.
minute. So the spoilers are saying you're seeing a picture of Brooke and Ridge in Aspen.
Yes, they are walking and talking. And it says
Mm.
Rocky Mountain Ridge can't get past what he sees as Brooks' betrayal.
So she
So they
might
meet.
tell him. She
So
might
they do
tell him.
meet. So
No,
whatever
because
happens, they do end up meeting each other in Aspen at some point.
He
it
might
said
go on
what
and tell her
scenes.
about the CPS tape. He might go on and tell her, look, I mean, I heard your call. Just say it. I heard your voice. And she might say, well, I told you. I felt like I needed to do that, you know. But
I
Ridge, we
don't
can get
know.
Hey,
through
that's gonna be a
this.
secret. They
Cause
made
they
that
say,
clear
cause
today.
it says, because he says he can't get. The picture says he can't get past what he sees as Brooke's betrayal, and then they say a heartbroken Brooke seeks answers. So the answer that Brooke is seeking is why Ridge suddenly feels the way that he feels now.
And
So
then
I
he
don't
would
know if
tell her. He should
I
tell
don't
her
know if
then.
I don't, but I don't, for some reason I don't think he does. I don't think he comes straight out and says, "I know you did it."
We know for a fact he's not gonna do that because
Right.
today it's been a secret since the moment he told Thomas, "Don't tell nobody." Thomas thought about it today and he failed to tell Steffi when Steffi asked, "What could it have been?" It's going. I have a
Because he
suspicion
might be the
that
one who want to tell her.
Then let's see. Douglas and Thomas spoiler picture for next week. Douglas has divided, and it is Henry. Douglas has divided loyalties between Hope and Thomas.
Uh-oh.
this is getting
Oh,
Let's
well, he
see.
probably gonna want to go
Uh oh,
home. He
and
just
the
might want to go
previews.
home.
Well, let's see. The previews for next week are Sheila shows off her cooking skills. Goodness,
Oh,
Lord, hopefully
Lord.
she don't
They
poison what they cook.
domesticating Sheila. They need to get her out of that cabin. I'm
She
done.
going crazy. I told you she going crazy in that
They
apartment,
got
y'all.
her
She
cooking.
losing her mind.
Lord have mercy.
And the Soap Opera Digest preview for next week, Brooke and Ridge, over. That's it. That's what it says. And Douglas is torn. Hmm.
He might
That's
want to go back to the cabin.
he
he
wants
might.
Thomas and Hope together. He's gonna be parent trapping.
I mean, well, look, as far as I'm concerned, nothing ain't gonna be Douglas saying, "Well, Liam ass is going to jail. My dad can move up in here." It's gonna be. I want to see him beat that one because that right there, that was smooth him up.
Now he gonna be like, why can't Mama just move in here? She been spending the night.
And she could bring my sister Beth
Right? Why
with
can't why,
with her.
why can't she just stay all the time? Since she comes and she spends the night, she has a room. Why can't she
This is
and they
sad.
come all the time? They can just live here with us.
I know we got a media room and a popcorn machine. We ain't got none of that shit at that regular ass shack.
Right.
I didn't hear anything good from these spoilers. I'm not feeling none of these spoilers,
Me neither.
darling. It's
Let's see.
trash.
I'm
It's
waiting
Hold up.
for.
trash.
Okay, hold on. Let's see what will next week. What will happen?
I hate
Ridge gives an important update about his life to his children.
Mm.
Steffi worries about what Brooks' arrival means for Taylor, and Thomas makes a confession to Hope. Hmm.
what did I say 20 minutes ago?
He done starting back with his obsession. He could tell her he love her.
What?
Yeah, if he make a confession to Hope, what else is he gonna tell her? He could tell her you.
He didn't already tell her that. She know Tom.
He's gonna be obsessed with her.
Well, what he could tell her, can what he could tell her, what Thomas got to. What's the confession?
I don't know, but I don't think it has anything to do with his. Look, he already done told her point blank simple. Look, girl, I love you, but hey, I can accept what you got going on, and what you plan for your life, and all this, that, and the third. I know how to love you enough to leave you be, and that's what he's been doing. Like, why would he have to
You
make
gonna
a?
tell Hope that Brooke made the CPS call?
Oh yeah, yeah. He might.
That
He could tell
might
her he heard
be
her
it.
voice. Yep, yep.
But I think I
Yeah,
just told y'all that 20 minutes ago, and
I
y'all
know it, Bubbles. That's
know.
why I repeated it, because literally that's what you just said. That he's gonna tell Hope, well, your mama the one called CPS.
Yeah.
But see, but see, that's my thing. If Brooke didn't make the call, Thomas is really manipulating, because that means he would have made the call unless Douglas really did make the call. I'm just really at this point, I'm kind of over it already, because
Yeah,
all
I'm
this
over it.
CPS call is
they
gonna undo
they're not
everything that I
pacing
like.
this. They're not pacing this correctly, and then on top of that, they're dragging it out too
Yeah.
long.
I know
That's yeah.
Okay.
they need
Really? We
to
just got the call last week, y'all. It ain't like, why did I get drunk?
not it. Because
It
We
look
don't
like
need to
they
go
might
down
be
why did I
heading
get
that
drunk
way.
road
the
either.
the fact the who made the CPS call again, it's low stakes. I mean, who made the call? Can we just get at who made the call and just start getting to the damn fallout?
Thank
Let's get
you.
to the big shit. I mean,
I
They
mean,
don't
because the
have
point.
no other stories, Sam. That's why they dragging this shit out because they don't have nothing. Look at those spoilers. It's
Oh, okay. So
trash.
that's why Sheila is cooking. Okay, so on Wednesday, next Wednesday, it says that Sheila makes a bold move to impress Deacon romantically.
oh
So I,
yes,
so I guess she's trying to be a bit domestic with her boo boo.
Trying to
yes.
domesticate it. Why is Sheila not trying to get her foot in the door over there with Finn? I mean, why do they have her? Why are they domesticating her? She's a villain. It's trash.
they done
I,
they gonna try to what's the word I'm looking for? They gonna try to redeem her so they can keep her, but that's not how Sheila
Oh,
works.
that's not how Sheila
that's
really
where they
works,
go
though.
wrong when they try to. That's where they go wrong when they try to start domesticating their villains, especially one like Sheila. It's all wrong. It's not gonna work.
Nah, Sheila ain't really that. Sheila, they when they did that with Sheila before, when she was married to Eric, and generally accepted, if not somewhat annoying to the other people, to some of the women on Canvas. Nah, Sheila, those days is over with. Also, I think my guess would be, and this is just my guess, I would have to see what Sheila's acting like before she tries to do this. Is that Deacon keeps telling her consistently she can't have what she wants because, it's at war with reality. You're dead. You can't go near these people. You can't go near these people, or you going to the clink. That's just period. Okay, she doesn't want to believe that. She doesn't want to believe that she can't still, be around her son or be around her grandson. So my guess may be is that this may be Sheila's last attempt to try to, do what Deacon asked of her, to put that behind her and to focus on other things. But that's the problem. When you locked up in a damn shoebox apartment, there's not a whole lot for you to focus on. You can clean that son of a bitch, you can cook some meals or something, but I'm sorry, Sheila Carter is not somebody who you can distract with Food Network
And
and
that's what I'm saying. I mean, she
HGTV.
have because but that's the thing though. How long do they plan on keeping her in there? Because that's not logical either. I mean, she just can't hide away forever in Deacon's little shoebox. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? They got
okay.
to do something with her. I mean,
Oh, wait,
nobody
we
want to see that.
have what the hell? Okay, we have Katie back. All right. Oh, wait, it looks like we
Trash.
may be getting. Okay, it looks like we may be getting. They may be addressing the status of Quinn, because the two of the sport daily
Donna,
spoilers we have. Thursday, Katie gets honest with Bill next Thursday.
Oh
And then
Lord.
Friday, Katie makes an unexpected move when Carter confesses the truth about Quinn. What
Huh.
goddamn truth? What the hell are you people doing?
Truth
Who
Um.
about
knows?
Quinn.
Yeah, so I guess they must be addressing, Rena's departure finally because at the time that she stopped filming, her and Carter were like this. They were in love, perfect. It was all fantastic. You
Right.
know what? But the thing is, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do this like they did Quinn and Deacon. Remember, Quinn and Deacon were fantastic, and then Quinn disappeared for a little while, and when she showed back up and Wyatt asked her about Deacon, she's like, "Oh yeah, we're divorced." They're gonna pull
Are
that same
you
kind of.
kidding
They're going.
me?
They're going to pull that same kind of shit with Carter and Quinn. Bet your money.
Now, if you're talking about trash, Sanchez, that's some
That is
trash.
trash.
Now, that's pure trash.
Oh,
I
yeah. That
can't
that, that
believe
would be
it.
trash. That would be a hundred
And what
percent
is Katie
trash.
coming back? See, this is a waste. What is Katie coming back to tell Bill yet again that she don't want him?
Yeah.
This is such garbage.
That she
It
don't want
is
his ass, and Quinn, and
all the
she
way
probably about to
around.
make a, and she probably about to make a play, maybe be making a play for Carter, because then see the thing is now it makes sense why Lawrence is on Bold Live tomorrow.
So I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
but you
this. I'm gonna say this.
Mm,
We have to really understand that we finna get a couple of episodes that's garbage because they finna
Oh,
say they good
definitely.
shit for November sweeps. So we finna get all this, hashtag
mm,
trash and garbage because they finna say the shit for the good shit to next month.
well, the good shit. I'm over the good shit. I'm over Taylor and Ridge. I'm sick of Ridge garbage ass. Brooke and her crying victim, the
yep.
Karen crying victim.
Yep.
They're gonna get absolved of all her Karen behavior just because she didn't make one freaking call. But everything
Yep.
she's been doing has been trash. I'm
Yep.
just over the whole
Ain't none
thing.
of that happened though, y'all. Y'all sick of stuff that ain't happened yet. Bubble, how you doing tonight?
Hey girl, how you
Good.
doing?
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What's your, do you think we finna get some hot butter garbage? Cause I feel like okay. I know y'all done went through it and I'm late. I'm sorry, I'm late, you guys.
That's
Um,
okay, huh?
what what is your take? Cause see, I already talked to Sanchez. We talked earlier, and I haven't talked to Sam, but just from what she said right now, I can get a gist of how she feels. What is you and Darling take on what happened today with Trish?
I'm gonna let
Um,
Bubbles go first.
Oh,
really enjoyed that Taylor ran away from him because somebody said in the comments earlier that he just showed up all cocky, like he thought that Taylor was gonna be so glad that he came up there to tell her that he picks her now.
Yeah.
You just thought I was just sitting at the house waiting on you to come on back and I'm supposed to be joyful. Get the fuck out of here, sir. Leave me alone. I came here to get away from you. And you know what? Somebody needs to leave. It ain't gonna be me because I already left to get rid of you. You need to excuse yourself from this state. Not just this cabin, the whole goddamn state of Colorado. Take your ass back to your destiny. And then he tries to caress her face like he does. Ridge loves on women like he's petting on dogs or something. And so he's trying to pet her face and she snatches away from him and she runs off. At that point, he is a stalker. At that point, because she told him to go away and she removed herself from the situation.
mm-hmm.
What does he do? He followed, not just follows her, she's running through the woods in boots, y'all.
Yes.
She got no damn athletic active wear. She got on cute sitting by the fireside making s'mores and drinking cocoa outfit on. What is
Uh-huh.
she supposed to be doing? She's supposed to be at a bonfire with some weenie dogs roasting on the stick. That's how Taylor is dressed. She's not dressed to be running for her life. But here she is,
Running for her life.
some woods, tell on Ridge to leave her alone. And he's running behind her, talking about, come back, I want to talk. No, you did
Girl, there were two versions. There were two versions of that running scene in my head. One was Taylor running with the Michael Myers Halloween music playing, and the other one was Taylor running with the Benny Hill music playing. I was just like, good
Yes,
lord.
yes, I love the
Yes,
video.
not, not that
that
you said that.
that truly was the best. That was the highlight of the show today.
It
That
Yes, it
was.
running through the
was.
woods
Yes,
was
it
truly
was.
It
the
was.
highlight of the show.
But
Now the
it's
reason.
me angry because she left to get clarity. She
Mm-hmm.
told Steffi
Mhm.
that she was leaving to get clarity, and Ridge wouldn't have even known where they were if Steffi hadn't been up there making these clandestine phone calls trying to get him to come on up there. She should have respected what her mama said. So
Yep.
I love Steffi, but I'm upset with her because she's sitting there telling Thomas about how stressed out their mama is. That's because you
Girl.
want to stop talking about your damn daddy and how you want her to go out here and make herself look like a fool again, chasing
Yep.
a man who don't want a life. He want a backup plan.
Facts.
Because
Facts.
Hmm.
All
So the
facts.
reason
he's
why
not
I
gonna be able to-
asked.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. Look, the reason why I asked you, Bubbles, because I knew I was gonna get some nice hot tea. I am going to say that I enjoyed today's episode. But I will say what part I did not like, and it was the part you just mentioned. But it's very much similar to how old Trish behavior was, but with age, you would think that he would have gotten this obnoxious part of himself out, and it's very clear that being obnoxious is a part of his DNA. So I, eh, he could be Eric's age, and it ain't going nowhere, and that's kind of sad. But anyway, nonetheless, some people might find it sexy, but I find it exhausting. He was very obnoxious when he told her. First of all, he love bombed her.
Yep,
He
he
Yep.
sure
love
did.
he
Hmm.
He sure did.
bombed the shit out of her. And see, this is the part I don't like, and I'm gonna tell y'all what I don't like before I give y'all all the tea. What I like,
Come
I
on.
did not like that she went away. And she has always done this, and he has always done this too. Whenever she needs clarity, he does not give it to her. He does not give her the space nor the time to actually feel out her emotions and to feel out how she actually feels. Like you can tell me how you feel and I'll give you the space, but you cannot give me the same dignity, the same respect. That part I don't like because it makes me feel like he's actually worried. Like, a motherfucker is very worried when they cannot give you the same shit that you're comfortable and secure enough to give them.
Mhm.
I don't like. And Ridge keeps doing that to Taylor. Like, he loves to keep taking his time with her heart. And he loves to keep dragging Brooke. But he will never give Taylor time and space to actually fill out her emotions. And this is why the triangle has carried on for so long. You know what I mean? So that's what I don't like. And what I like is that we have yet to hear what he's really trying to say. And the part that I like is that Taylor is not stopping him and making up the conversation for him. So she's talking and expressing herself. That part I like. But the part that I used to could never stand was them giving him an out. Don't tell him how he feel before he tell you, because then he'll be like, oh yeah, well, okay, that's exactly what I thought I felt. Yeah, and then you be asked out. You like, you know what I mean? You're not giving him the quiet. Let him soothe out his feelings and tell you how he really feels, and tell him where he really coming from, his real actions, before you come in and tell him. Don't be the psychiatrist, be the woman in this scenario. In this part, I dig this because this is what I feel like he's doing. He's telling him how he's treating her and what he's been doing. And now I feel like he's finna give the room to tell her, and she's gonna give it to him. Now I find that to be the growth in their relationship. And that's a hard place to be because she's a psychiatrist. So she's used to telling people, about their feelings and not about their emotions and their actions according to their feelings. So nonetheless, I'm just saying today
Mhm.
seems like a very good start, and by it being very tedious to watch, made me feel like it's gonna be so good to watch tomorrow. Like tomorrow's episode is gonna feel a whole lot better. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what tomorrow holds.
Well, Ridge is gonna have to put his whatever cards he's electing to show tomorrow is when he's going to have to show them. Okay, if the woman that ran out of cabin to get away from your ass, you're going to have to give her a pretty compelling reason why running away from you isn't a thing that she wants to do. And from what the spoilers are saying, he gives her this whole big heartfelt speech, emotional speech, and of course, this is all offset with the fact that Brooke is completely not clear on what the hell's going on, but she knows she need to get her ass up there because her marriage looks like it's about to be over. So she knows that being in Aspen is, you know, a prime directive. So she takes her ass to Aspen ASAP.
And
Right.
then that
Just
could
like
be
when
so
Steffi,
wrong on Taylor because she went out there to get away from that mess because Ridge breaks her heart all the time. So not only is he there, he's invaded her space. Brooke gonna be coming too. So that's just gonna make her heart even feel even worse.
See, my thing about this spoiler, it reads like threat. It feels like, how do you know to be threatened by him leaving? Okay, now you know that Taylor and Steffi left first. Why do you feel like you gotta go into automatic save my marriage? Why is
Because okay, I know why. Because her husband came home.
it?
She told him they were going that she wanted to go to dinner,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't say anything about anything other than about how messed up the CPS issue was. Then he told you he had to go to the office, and in the same day you find out because you've been playing Encyclopedia Brown, and you find out that he's not at the office. He has hopped on a plane. He has left the city. He has left the state, and his destination is where his ex-wife is. You'd have to be dumb, blind, and stupid to not realize that if that man is your husband, then your marriage is on not just on the rocks, your marriage is basically under the bus.
No, she's like that because I feel like her subconscious is guilty.
No,
That's why
not
I
she
feel
because
thinks
because
this. She thinks Taylor and Steffi are the ones orchestrating this. She thinks Ridge is the victim,
yes,
and he's being influenced by Taylor and Steffi.
but
Because
that
he
which is
haven't
which is
told her
completely
anything
garbage, of
else.
course. But
then.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they be on the same plane? Why would he come by himself if that was the case? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
this
you
is
are
just the, this is the,
probably like they made up something and he went running. Maybe so. I don't know. We'll see.
this
I
is
don't
the
know.
same woman who thinks Thomas is designing at Forrester so he can be close to Hope. So yeah, delusion reigns supreme. So I
But
mean,
he's not telling Brooke anything else, though. I
that's
mean, if he
yeah.
was telling her those things that he's telling Taylor, then maybe Brooke would see that it's not. See, Ridge got to tell her, Taylor and Steffi and my children have nothing to do with this. I've been feeling like this. I've been falling in love with Taylor. He has to be the one to tell Brooke that. But you see, Brooke haven't heard none of that because for the last couple of months, he just been over there telling Steffi and Taylor how much he love them, miss them, and he shouldn't have walked out on them. You know, he was sidetracked and all of that. But you see, then he come home and with Brooke and pet on her face and rub her cheek and allow her to kiss on him. So of course she's thinking, well then they got to be luring him because Ridge haven't given her anything. He haven't
No, he
said
hasn't.
nothing, and that's what makes him trash.
And that's why she's convinced. She knows
Yeah.
her marriage. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't care how globetrotting you are or how advanced your marriage is. Your husband does not get on a plane and leave the state without
Mm,
telling you he's leaving the state. Whether you go with him or not, that's not even the issue. He didn't say word one. He
Nope.
basically creeped off to Aspen. Brooke would have to be
Hmm.
stupid not to realize that her marriage is about to completely flame out.
But she know now. That's why she jumping at her ass on that plane because she know now.
Oh yeah,
And
she know now.
and
You know,
see that, that
this reeks though. This reminds me of when Liam went to Steffi's house and tore her a new asshole about having an affair with Bill when Bill had lied about the lipstick on the pillow. Steffi
Yeah.
Mhm.
standing around crying and asking what the fuck is he talking about, and he would not
Exactly.
say. And she even begged Wyatt to help her. Please
Yeah.
help me. She
Yep.
didn't know what the hell was going on, and everybody
Mhm.
standing around knew what the hell was going on, from
Everybody
Wyatt to
but
Katie,
Steffy.
Bill, Justin.
Yeah.
I hate Brooke, but this right here is some real garbage.
It is
Yeah.
garbage. Because at the end of the day, guess what? That's Ridge's marriage to her, not anybody else's.
hmm
And if he wants out, he wants out. But it's up to him to just go ahead and say that then. Use your big boy words, Ridge. Tell her. Tell her you want out. Tell her you want it to be gone. The thing that's stupid is that she actually has to get her ass on a plane,
And go
uninvited,
invade
to
Taylor's
Aspen,
face.
to go
Yeah.
invade Aspen to even have this conversation with him.
Because
He ain't trying to have no
Exactly.
conversations.
he won't even answer her text messages.
No,
And he
not
need
at all.
to. He need to because you see, she finna go over there. I don't give a damn about Brooke. It's
Me
Taylor for
neither.
me. Cause she's left to
Exactly.
get away from that shit and they bringing they broke down marriage right to her face. She
It,
shouldn't
it should
have to see that
Right.
shit.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
She went all the way to Aspen to get away from them, and both of them gonna end up in her sanctuary, talking about
Yes.
their blasted destiny.
Yes. Yes.
but you know what? Even if he had a told Brooke before he left, Brooke still would have got her ass on that freaking flight. She still would have got her ass on that flight because it ain't over until she saying really want it to be over. That's when it's over. Yeah,
Well,
I want to see
he
it
could.
play out like this because she needs to be told what he needs to say out of his mouth in front of both ladies at the same time. Cause it never
Oh,
play
he
out like
won't do
this.
that. He won't do that.
It
He
needs
like
to.
he's like Liam. Liam don't never just like Liam never had an honest conversation with Steffi and Hope at the same time. It's gonna
No.
play out just same way with Brooke and Ridge. Because the pictures that I saw is Brooke and Ridge walking in the damn Aspen forest by
By
themselves, while
themselves.
Taylor is probably at the house wondering what the is this.
Right.
Exactly.
I
Why
think
are they there?
I think
You
that it
know.
needs to happen that way because that's the only way it's going to work in Taylor's mind.
That
I
would
don't know. I'm
that's what
over it.
happened. That's what
I
would
feel
happen if
like
Ridge was a straightforward type of man, but he is not.
I'm feeling like I'm so over it. Just like Teal gave Ridge the name Grandpa Confusion. She says the Grandpa Confusion storyline. I am so over this right now. I just cannot. I
Oh
Yep.
really
wait,
am. It's too
okay, hold
much and
on.
it's been too
Forget
long.
what's more interesting is we have a interview about Douglas being torn, and the interview is with Henry.
Yay!
Okay, okay, so with the CPS drama raging around him, Douglas is confused about how to feel about his current living situation. I think Douglas does miss living with his mom, Liam, and Beth, even though it's fun living with his dad. It's fun because there are so many fun things to do, and everyone treats him like, like he's a guest. And the actor points out Douglas is accustomed to dividing his time. This is what Douglas has always done. So she's posting it. Ricky he's posting it in parts. I'll let y'all know when the next part is up.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
See, hmm,
That he's used
dividing his time.
That's
So
that's
bullshit.
but we haven't seen
not
that.
Yeah,
We've
we
never
haven't
seen it.
seen it. Yeah,
So
that's
this is
bullshit.
BS.
he was not divided until his mother died. He was living look.
But
I'm
even if we're
assuming
talking
he's
the past
saying
3 years,
Right, right. Maybe he's talking about right now.
that's
But
what
five
that's
years
how I
before
view it.
But
That's
even if
that.
he's talking the past 3 years, he hasn't really divided time like this. This sounds
Yeah,
like some retcon bullshit to me. He's
that's
accustomed to
exactly what
dividing
I
his
was
time. That would make it sound like Douglas is used to being in a co-parent situation
And
where he
he's not.
has two homes. And we know that ain't been the goddamn case.
No.
saying.
And that's been said in the dialogue. The dialogue has constantly
Oh,
said Hope has
that's
had Douglas
nice.
95% of the time. So what is that trying
Hey,
to tell now?
I don't
Well,
know,
That's
but
some BS, Sam. That's straight
Bold
BS.
Live just announced their Bold Live lineup for the all of October. So Vincent is this week. Next week is John McCook. The week after is Henry, and last week is Kimberly.
wait a minute. This week is who?
Lawrence.
Lauren.
Lawrence. This is what I wanted. Yeah. Okay.
I'm over
Okay,
it.
so yeah, let's just let me know when you get another update from Ricky because I'm
Okay,
smelling BS.
let's
This is
see.
so cool.
Let's see.
I
Okay,
see.
hold
I
on a
see. Days in
second.
General Hospital finna be back. My only two soaps.
I can see that
Damn.
too.
I already told y'all that.
You know what? I'm
What
gonna
you
have.
say, Bubbles? Who's that talk? Can what?
You know what? I'm gonna
What?
have to hook you up to the damn ventilator because every other day I got to revive you, child. I ain't got no more left to give. I can't do this by myself. You a man.
I don't know. You gonna have to give me a electric. There's something for me to walk around with so I can hit myself when I start going down. Just send myself an electric shock. 'Cause I'm telling you, girl.
Look, I can't. Look. I been know where Darling was coming from. Darling ain't never fish train. Never not.
Y'all know me. I've been sitting at the back of the bus with my e-reader since this journey started, and I'm still back there looking at Ridge, side-eyeing them the whole damn thing. I'ma
Mm-mm.
still watch just because, for one, I absolutely positively need to see what or how what they're going to do with this mess with Thomas. If it turns out they're not throwing him under the bus,
Yeah, they're not.
then that means that this is going to be much more fascinating than it would be if he is getting thrown under the bus. So that one thing right there is going to keep me on the edge of my seat. Then on top of that, I definitely the fact that Kimberlyn, because what Can said is absolutely the truth. They're sticking Kimberlyn on the Bold Live schedule at the end of the month, right before Halloween, because the November sweep story is going to be Sheila. And whatever the hell it is that she's doing coming next month.
Well, that's when
So
I
yeah,
come back next month.
so
Yeah.
that's why that is my opinion. She is the last Bold Live interview for October because they are finally ramping up her story after keeping her on ice for 2 months.
So what Nikki got? Did she come up? Did she put us another update?
What
Is
on
she finishing the article?
Oh wait, hold on. Let me go back and check because I'm all over the place.
Y'all, my theory of this lineup. The reason why they got Lawrence first is first of all, hope it's because I asked for it, but that ain't what it is. I think it's because they're gonna reveal what's going on with Quinn, and then
Hmm.
they're gonna have John, and then the third week is because they're going to reveal to us who actually called, and it's by happenstance. It's gonna be Henry, aka Douglas, and then the fourth and final week, they're gonna kidnap Hayes. Come on, that's probably
No, you're not. You're probably not wrong about that because here's the thing. One, I'm pretty sure Vincent. I absolutely agree with you because yeah, they're addressing the Quinn issue next week.
right.
Why do you keep calling that man Vincent?
I mean, Lawrence St. Vincent. I'm sorry. When people have a first name and a last name that's a first name, I get confused. That's just how I do.
Two
Um,
first names.
yes, you have two first names as your last. We have two first names as your name. You either
You
or.
could either one. They gonna get either or.
You could be anybody.
Look,
You could be
Bubba, I
anybody.
thought she was talking about Vincent from All My Children. David was
No,
talking.
no, Lord St.
Like, who
Vincent.
is Vincent?
Lord St. Vincent. Okay, John McCook. I agree with you about him being the second one because Jennifer Garris was on Instagram last night talking about the juicy scripts that she had just got.
Mm.
So that makes sense because what else is Donna doing at this point other than either being Brooke's a henchman slash spy or whatever the hell she got her doing and pouring honey on Eric.
Right.
So, darling, did Ricky put anything else out on Douglas interview, or did
No,
we
I
just get
think
the
it.
one?
You know what? Actually, I
Was
think
that
it was a
it?
really short. I think it was really short. I think it was only two pieces. I think that's it.
So
Because the second piece was the last one thing Ricky posted, and I don't see anything else now, unless he walked away and went to go do something else. But that's it.
Mm,
let me find out Douglas was actually the one.
sad.
Man, please. I'm gonna be so happy. Cause that means they actually gonna age up this child. That's good, child. Ooh.
I want it to be Douglas now because
So do I.
said before, Henry's Douglas is capable of doing this. I wouldn't have bought it from Django because he seemed like a different type of Douglas. But Henry's little bad seed potential, yes, I want him to burn somebody's house down. Is what I really want to do is to
Now
get married and
we
he
could
burns
have got that
the
from
house.
Django. We could have got that crazy new version of Douglas with Django, but this version of Douglas with Henry, we know it's gonna be an innocent reason why Douglas called CPS with his little Home Alone toy app, whatever. I don't know.
He was real happy playing with it and fooling his grandpa Eric. Honey bear. When he did that, it was hilarious. So, but I wanted to be him. I wanted him to be like, well, I don't know. I guess I thought maybe I was helping something. I don't want to be like, I don't want to stay at in the shed all the time. I want to be able to come over here, but I don't want to like not be able to come over here. So I just thought I'd call them people.
Well, I mean, they look. The obvious outcome of this story is that, well, given if Lope does not end up on the trail to divorce, which, well, they very well way, depending on what happens, is that it should have proven to at least to both sides, at least to Hope beyond a shadow of a doubt that the co-parenting that they need, the co-parenting agreement that they should have had needs to actually happen because Douglas is flourishing in an environment where he has access to both of them. And no, of
Mhm.
course, she's not just going to ditch her. Of course, no, she's not just going to ditch her marriage and permanently move into the Forrester mansion, without some extenuating circumstances. But yeah, it should prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you know him actually splitting his time between the two homes would actually be in his best interest so he can be with both of them if they're not together. Because like can say it, and like you said, Sanchez, Hope did promise him something like that, and they have not delivered it. So you got to go with the next best thing, an actual shared agreement where the kid splits his time 50-50 between the two homes, which is what normal folks do.
Right, right.
Let's
But
see.
that's okay because she had a hard time growing up. It was hard for that little baby to grow up in that rapid the time. So now we getting
Hmm.
a big girl Hope, which I'm happy about because that
I
means
do
that Brooke
concur.
and Liam are gonna be in so much agony.
I mean, cause yeah, and somebody else, and y'all ain't the only ones who saying like, "What the hell," which is basically like, well, if that's what they always done, why have Hope and Brooke freaking out the first night or two he stayed over at Eric? Shouldn't they have been used to it by
That's
now?
what I'm talking about.
So
Bullshit.
yeah, so it's weird.
Bullshit.
It doesn't
It
it
was a
doesn't
yeah.
match what's played out to this point.
They
So
probably just
so that
added that
just
in.
exactly that makes absolutely no sense. He's used to
Yeah,
dividing his time. He's
Yeah,
Thomas's
that's a
when
lie.
everybody agrees that he's been there 95% of the time.
That's a lie.
And
Yeah.
they've been flipping out ever since he's been at Thomas's house. But okay, so there goes
Yeah.
the mind fuck.
Yeah.
Damn,
For
Sam,
real.
say how you really feel.
I mean, for real. I mean, so he's literally just gonna try to pretend like we didn't see what we saw.
Like Scott Clifton went and did his little interview and pretend we don't hear what we hear, which is clearly he doesn't he's neglected Kelly. I mean, it's the same thing. They write that shit for him. They gotta say
Yeah.
that.
I mean, they do it for
Exactly.
attention wise, just like they set up there and gave Hope Steffi's whole entire memory. Like, how the hell do you remember anything about Adam and Eve and your ass was all the way in Italy? So, I mean, it's not very odd. They've done it a lot
And
of times
coupled with the
lately.
fact that they can't even get straight who Brooke cheated with and who she
No, they
cheated
don't.
on. I mean, it's to
Exactly.
the point
They
where
said,
this show is becoming a damn clown show. I mean, they want
well,
to
It
retcon
is.
things that we literally saw them last week. They want to tell
Yeah.
us 2 days ago that Hope and Beth been spending the nights over at Fort. I'm done with this. It seems like the whole shark done just
and
jumped the damn
I
plane.
really do feel like you're absolutely right that that's something that was added in
Mm-hmm.
later about post production. I agree with that because the thing is, it was like I said the night before. What is Liam's goddamn problem? He act like he out of his mind, and there's no reason for all of this absolute foolishness. And
They
then
must
Brooke
have
the
heard
next
the
day,
tape. They
and
must have
then
went and pulled Bubba's podcast and heard you, darling.
and then the next day we get an explanation for why he's been acting so janky that actually makes sense because yes, if my spouse and child was spending the night over at a household that I didn't really care for them to be at, and I'm supposed to be over here pretend like I'm cool with it, I'd probably have a damn attitude too, rambling around in that ragged ass cabin by himself at night drinking beer, looking out at the woods. They probably ain't even got cable in that damn thing.
They probably don't have a TV. Shit.
And how
Eating
come Douglas is
vegetarian hot
missing
dogs.
Hope and Beth? How's he even missing Hope and Beth if they've been spending the night over at the Forest Dimension?
Yeah, why would he be torn? Like none of that shit makes sense. Why would he be torn when Hope has been bringing Beth to visit and she's staying nights? Don't make sense, darling.
No, I
I'm
agree
telling
with you.
y'all, they going
I agree. They're going
Bo
far.
going back to that bullshit. I'm telling y'all, I was about to be trash. I'm gonna be over there with Days, baby. We eating over there, Days. We finna have us a whole threesome with Alec and Chanel, baby. I don't have time for bullshit.
I am
No,
appreciating
Taylor.
this 10-course meal they giving us on bowl. They gotta look. You can't just go straight to the entree without observing and
Oh, who is
looking at the hors d'oeuvre tray. You gotta look at the cheese platter too. You can't just be going
this?
out nilly willy going straight to the entree and the dessert and hightailing your ass back to the room. You gotta sit down, enjoy the nice linen, and pull your seat up and be ladylike and just say, I'll take a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And that's what we get, y'all. What the
Well, who is
heck?
that on Instagram?
Who is that?
Who what? Who what?
That's Pearson Fode, honey. That's the old Thomas Forrester.
With blonde hair?
That's him,
He out here living the life, being an actor and all kinds of shit. An action.
Pearson.
Yes,
Huh, that is not Pearson.
Oh my
Blonde
goodness!
hair.
do you see the name?
That is
Stop
Pearson.
it.
That's who.
MMA.
No one.
This is Pearson, honey. Look,
Hey, Pierce, baby.
that's
Oh yes. That's
Oh, that
Lord.
is him.
Go
That is
ahead, boy.
him.
out here be
How
doing.
you doing?
He be doing.
I'm
Wait a
starting to
minute. What
feel
is
like
that in that blue?
we need to start doing what Days and General Hospital do and recast actors who used to have old roles and new roles. We could
Yeah,
bring his ass back. Bring him
yes,
back, honey.
yes.
I
Bring
don't know
him
his what,
back.
but bring him back.
Lord have mercy. Wait a minute. Look at all of that, y'all. I mean, he just standing in attention over there.
He
uh-huh.
Look at who got the cookie. Yum yum.
I'm
that's
actually speechless.
old Thomas is growing up.
Oh, Bubbles.
He
Oh,
he got
Thomas
grown in
Madness.
he done got grown.
He been drinking milk.
I swear. No
Oh my
cashew.
God. Oh, look at it. Oh no. What is that
Got people over,
in?
got people over here thirsty.
What?
All right, boy. All right.
I don't know
It
what they
ain't great.
Baba
It
smack.
ain't great
Baba
sweatpants, but it's the
smack.
next best thing. All right.
I need
I
to
know
go
what
Baba.
watch.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
be
I already
fine.
this movie. I need to go watch that movie he's in because I mean I probably won't pay attention to it because if he got his shirt off in it the whole time, I mean,
Do you really need to pay attention then?
Man
I
from
mean,
Toronto.
He was in Black Panther. What he did with the Panther?
no, he
Another tribute.
probably was a tribute. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that was when Chadwick died. Yeah,
Died.
so,
Yeah.
yeah. He
Look
did
at that.
on his Instagram.
I
He posted.
remember all these. Cause I liked him looking like Logan. He's sitting up there looking like Wolverine
you know
with that
what?
wild
They
hair.
could cast his, they could cast his ass as Lil Eric Sharp, baby.
We got some missing Foresters if they want to bring some
We
of.
got Yes, we got plenty of people who ain't been cast who should be damn grown by now.
Look, why don't they put him off as Bill Spencer's little brother? The one that had bit that he had with Margot. What was his name? Mark or something? Marcus or something?
Margot had a baby. I know you're talking about Margot, Deborah Adair.
Yeah.
His character. I forgot she had a baby with Bill Spencer.
Maybe that was he needs to come back. I'm with y'all. His face.
Honestly, exactly. Look, it's worked fine on GH and Days. They recast the same actor all the time. Hell, they even in reset cast the same actor as a different character. I didn't see every single person who done played Carly Benson as somebody else, and it ain't heard a damn thing.
Child, they right now got Todd Manning over there being Austin when he was Franco.
So Leo,
And then Days of Our Lives got Alex over here knowing good and damn well that man's name is Ben.
did y'all see how Ben and Clyde bumped into each other? And Clyde said, "Excuse me, son," and Ben said, "I'm not your son."
Yeah, Alex. Oh yeah, that was Alex was pissed
Mhm.
off about something. I remember that.
Yes, was
I think
funny.
he was pissed off at Stephanie.
Like, who the hell are
I
you?
already don't like him.
I
Yeah.
don't need the Lady Sanchez, and I only have
Mm-hmm.
seen her on one or two scenes, and I don't like her
Mm-hmm.
character already. She already looks like a wet blanket.
Yep.
Well, they killed Abby. They had to bring another one.
I don't know why they keep bringing these wet blankets. We already got Chloe. When somebody gonna kill her off?
Child.
Right.
Ain't they bringing Philip
That's
back?
the
So
question.
they can't be about to kill her ass. I mean, and also let's be real. Stephanie, unfortunately, was already set up to be a wet blanket because her parents are Kayla and Steve. So
Ain't they the worst?
there was like a 75% chance of that shit happening.
They are so judgmental. I do not
Yes,
like Steela and Steve and Kayla at all because both of them as individuals are
they're
self-righteous,
judgy people.
judgmental
They're
people.
very judgy. So their
Yeah.
daughter
Especially
being
Kayla.
So their daughter being like this is no surprise to me at all. I'm like, aha, you are your parents' child. I see. Unfortunately.
All of all of our super couples have their kids are very what's the word I'm looking for? I can't stand them is what I'm trying to say.
Milk toast.
I can't stand them. Like Abigail, that's Jack and Jennifer's kid.
Oh,
She
Lord,
was
I
just
wonder.
such a pain in the ass. And I'm sorry to any Abigail Devereaux Demira fan.
I ain't one of her fans. Talk on it.
I was not one of her fans. I did not like her attitude. She acted like her shit didn't stink and she was entitled to everything. And you know, Gwen probably wouldn't have went sideways like she did if Abigail's grandmama, who also had an affair with Jack,
Yeah,
didn't see it as her place to police his relationship with that woman and his daughter.
that's
Jack,
right.
all those years, never knew he had a daughter, and Laura knew it. And she not only did she keep it from them, She gave that lady money and told her to get the fuck out because Jennifer was Jack's wife, and that's how it was gonna be. And what nobody never gonna know about her and her little mistake. Had it been me, I'd have chucked the bitch out on the threshold. But Gwen's mama took the money, whatever little she got, and went on about her way because why fight them rich people? But
Mm-hmm.
I would have fought Laura Horton. I would have snatched her hair out by the roots. And that would have been how Jack would have found out he had a child. And then Gwen would have had the opportunity to grow up knowing who her daddy was. But Abigail acted like she was some sort of precious gem mined straight out of the bowels of Africa. And made
Yep.
you really wasn't. You just happened to be the child of a soap super couple. You come from bad genes if we really gonna tell the truth about it, because your daddy is a reformed rapist.
Yep.
Correct.
Pretty
Sure
much.
is.
Yep.
Shit.
Your daddy is a reformed rapist. Your granddaddy's a goddamn killer. I mean, come
Yep.
on, be on your
That's
people.
See, I get what Bubbles is trying to say. Bubbles is trying to say basically that a lot of these super couple kids, they act like their ass came out of a rainbow, not realizing just how down and dirty their damn parents were. So then when they turn around and do some sketchy ass shit, it's like, oh heavens to Betsy, who me? I came from better people than this. No, bitch, you really didn't.
The
You really,
only
really
people
didn't.
that don't act
Well,
like that is Sierra, and she is Hope and Bo's kid.
Yeah.
She don't act like her shit don't stink. She's very well together, and I like Sierra. But that damn Abigail, I ain't mad. She did.
okay, Clyde gave him a taste. Clyde told Chad, Abigail ain't no damn saint. She was the bitch that slept, that broke my
My boy's
that screwed over my son and broke his heart.
right.
So, Abigail, that's why I didn't like the character. I never did like the character. I mean,
I
hey,
didn't like how they
maybe she
whitewashed
racist.
they always whitewashed Abigail's dirt, and I didn't like it.
They did. They did.
So it was
And
like, so
Chad too. I don't like Chad for that same damn reason because he act like he a goody two shoe too. He don't want to be a Jamera. He always want to exclude himself like he's different, but then he do his shit low key. But nobody's supposed to come for him. I can't stand Chad.
He
Chad
was
only
Abigail's
tolerable.
perfect match, but I like him. I can tolerate him better than I can tolerate Abigail. I took a break from Days, and when I came back, she was on screen, and I disliked her immediately. It was just something about that character and the way that she held herself. I immediately disliked Abigail, and I felt very guilty about it because she's Jack and Jennifer's daughter. And when she was a little girl, I loved Abigail. But
she
grown
was.
Abigail, I can't stand that bitch.
Or she gone
Mm-mm.
now.
And
May she
Chad is
rest in
only
so peace.
tolerable. And Chad is
Until
only
Ralph
tolerable.
brings her back to
Right.
life.
Days of our lives. She'll be dead for about 3, 4, 5 years. And if Marcy Miller don't come back, they'll recast the role, and it'll be some mystery woman walking around Days, spying on Chad, trying to see what his life is like, and then they'll figure out it's Abigail, or be some woman.
Oh
And
wait, we got a full long ass article about Brook and Ridge over. Do we want to go over it?
I don't want to hear it, but I'm gonna
Was
put
that what
myself on
now?
mute.
Say what? Who said that? What? It was
I
an
don't want to
article
hear it,
that
but I'm
said.
gonna put myself on mute.
No,
I'm
no,
not
y'all ain't
About
listening
gotta
to
Brook.
read it.
this.
I'll go read it myself because I'm the only one that want to hear it. Where it said, darling, I'll go read it.
Ricky has it up.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm reading it right along with you. So back to Days.
Yeah, so Chad, his bitch ass, him and Kay got together because, he knew the whole time that it was Lucas who had Sam kidnapped. But, he worked with Kay to get EJ's son to the big house. So
Hmm.
that's how he ended up running into Clyde and discovering Clyde was the one who tried to have his ass killed. But Chad, when Abigail got killed, Chad tried to call himself lashing out on EJ like it was EJ's fault. His precious Abigail was murdered. But Chad, you put your brother in that position because he wanted to hurt
Hmm.
EJ. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, him and Abigail, they deserved each other because they
They
was
were
both
right for
some
each
self
other.
right. Yeah, they was
They
both
really
some self
were.
righteous bastards. They was, but so Sam, I don't know if you know, but I don't know if you watched today, but Allie has came up with the idea to have a threesome with her, Chanel, and Alex.
I
So,
told you that was what
Mm.
the problem was with Allie.
Lord mercy.
Allie is acting out because she know that Chanel likes dick, and that's what Allie don't have. And so Allie is freaking out, but it's really ridiculous for me
It's
mhm,
stupid.
because Chanel
She knew
came
that.
into town 100%.
being
Um,
open with who she was.
exactly. And when she said that she wanted Allie, she really never deterred from that. Everything else was
Yeah,
just fun and games for Chanel.
yeah.
Allie needs to
See,
stop this.
this is why, first of all, it's very obvious to anybody with common sense that Chanel chose the wrong goddamn person. Okay.
Yeah,
At this point, yeah. Okay, I don't think anybody's gonna dispute the fact that she should have picked Johnny instead of picking Allie. Because this is the thing. When they developed the whole thing between Chanel and Allie, they were really, really obvious to not give either one of them a specific orientation for a reason, especially Chanel. Now, Allie, as it went on, especially when she started talking to Will about, her feelings about all of this, it got a bit
yeah.
more defined. But it was never
He
like
told
that
her
for
she was
Chanel.
probably bisexual because she
Exactly.
liked Trip too, but so far Chanel had been the only woman she had really liked other than boys.
Exactly.
But
So
Chanel has always been, I like who I like at the moment. Whatever
it,
it is,
she's
she has no preference. If she likes
ex-
it, she's going for it.
exactly. Chanel is, as best I can tell it, is basically she's pansexual. That's what that means. That means she
Hmm.
likes whoever she likes whenever they like them. That her attraction to them isn't based on their gender or anything. It's just whoever she
Uh-huh.
likes. And Allie knows that.
She's
Yeah.
very
So it's like so I'm kind of like, Allie, you cannot be serious.
Well, like she said, she felt the connection because I felt it too. I've been waiting. I felt like they were going to get Alec around Chanel, get them some kind of way together because they have good chemistry together. Like when he first met Chanel, he was head over heels with Chanel. And Allie was, when she caught him over there talking, do I need to be jealous? And I wish Allie would sit down because the way she hovers around Chanel, just, and did you see how she was dressed today? Why is she dressed like that around Chanel? Here comes Chanel coming in like she just got off of a runway, and Abby's sitting in there with these, ragged ass, baggy blue jeans on and them dirty ass tennis shoes. Where is she going? Well, you know what? Why is Chanel? So, so I gave these
Oh,
two a mixed match. I don't like it. I'm just like, what is Chanel doing? And
Allie
she,
is
I'm
turned out.
yeah,
Chanel turned
she
Allie
is.
out.
She is turned. Chanel turned her out. Right before that devil jumped into Ellie, you remember they slept together, right? That was after
right after the wedding
the
went to
devil
hell.
jumped into Johnny, and Johnny broke her heart. They didn't know it was the Johnny. The devil was in him when he broke her heart when she thought they was having a celebration of their marriage, but he was breaking up with them front of family. And she slept with Ellie that night. Turned Allie ass smooth out. Allie don't know what to do with herself. Chanel can't breathe without Allie standing over her back, counting Chanel's breaths. She
But
can basically see her heart palpitations from across the room. That
and
she
but
won't
she's
let the
being foolish, and she's being, because the thing is, them having, my thing is this: if you're having tension in your relationship and you think it's centered around a specific person, which in this case would be Johnny, You throwing another person into the equation isn't going to fix that issue. She's acting like, maybe because, bisexuality is a different bag, and, we're both attracted to men. Maybe having this threesome thing is the thing that we need to do. No, honey, because that don't fix no issues with the Johnny issue.
That's
Because
right.
it's not just about having a disco stick to jump on. Your problems are deeper than that.
Because when she do, if Chanel goes, because you see how it went off, how Chanel was looking at her crazy ass today.
Hmm.
If they do this, this is gonna be the next issue for Ellie. So, did you like him more than me? Are you thinking about him
Yep.
still? It's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. This throwing Alex in the bed is not gonna help
It's
this shit.
it's gonna break them up, because the bottom line is
Yeah,
this. I agree with what Samantha Jones and Sex in the City said about threesomes. She said, if you do a threesome, always be the guest star, the person who comes in, has the sex and with the two people, and leaves, because that
hmm
relationship is gonna be a mess after that,
hmm
and you don't want to be no part of it.
Yeah. If y'all ain't already secure, if you ain't secure in
if
yourself,
you yeah,
and then if y'all ain't secure in that relationship, do not invite a third party. It is never going to go well.
that's right.
It's not,
That's not a solution.
yeah, and that's not something that you just experiment with. Y'all got to both mentally be in a place where
That's right.
something that you can do. That's not
That's right.
easy. And that's
Hmm.
well, let's see what happens if we bring in a third person. Then one of somebody gonna end up the spare wheel for real.
That's,
Not be the
You
person.
ain't lying.
it's gonna be
You
it
ain't
is
lying,
gonna start
Bubbles. You
off
ain't
as a
lying.
threesome bubbles and it's gonna turn into a twosome by the time it's all over.
A different one.
Exactly. And then,
Yeah,
and the thing is, they're talking about, and like they say, Alex throwing that offer out there, is, you think that's the part that kills me. You're having problems in your relationship that are centered around your brother, honey, your
Yeah,
twin, and you think throwing a third party in the middle is gonna fix that? That's not gonna fix anything. It's actually gonna make everything all the more worse. They're actually gonna be in worse shape after the threesome than they are right now.
and that shit gonna break them up, and Chanel gonna end up right in Johnny's arms at the end of the day. She gonna push her right there to Johnny.
Yes,
And
yeah.
we
she
waiting
is.
on her. Team Johnny, we waiting on her. We will come on back home, Chanel. Whenever you get tired of Alice shit, we waiting on you, Chanel. Come on
But
back home,
Ava
baby.
might be waiting on her. Ava done moved Johnny back in. Ava might have something to say to Chanel about Johnny.
Baby. Ava got her eyes on EJ. Now, we seen a little bit of chemistry when Ava first moved in before Johnny started sniffing around her. But they never did go there. It was kind of like they had this love hate thing going on. So, today, Gabby convinced her today. She was like, maybe it's not the sins of the son you want, but it's the sins of the father. So take EJ up on his offer. Because I do believe that deep down, Ava did feel something for EJ because they've had a few little awkward moments. So I'm
Yeah,
looking
EJ in
for
his whole phase right now.
uh-huh. So I'm looking for Johnny to be a third wheel in Ava and EJ's relationship. Yeah, it's coming. All that's gonna happen. So we
Interesting.
gonna have Chanel, Ava, and Johnny. Is they all gonna be coming for each other some kind of way?
Mm.
This
I
about the,
know.
you know what? Samantha picked a good time to be out of town. Because if I came back to this foolishness, I'd be like, our twins are doing what now? What? What? What?
Trip coming, Trip coming back into town, darling. Don't worry
Oh, good.
because Allie told Will today that she still have feelings for Trip, and she thought that they probably could have had something, but she also had feelings for Chanel. But Trip, they came out last week. Spoilers. Trip is gonna be back because Kayla, his mom, and them over there on their deathbed with his stepmother over
Mm.
there on his deathbed. So Stephanie should be calling them. They've already called. She was able to throw them off because Kayla don't want them to know that they're in the hospital, but they can find out they in the hospital. So we're gonna get it's gonna be like we're gonna have like two or three triangles going on. Trip on his way, Chanel over there peeping at Johnny, and then Ava going. Trying to get to Ava, and Ava could be trying to get to EJ. So that's
Mhm.
what we got going on over there, Days.
I love it.
I
Yeah,
know,
I'll
right?
be then dragged the hell. Exactly. It's mess. But that's the thing. It's mess and it's fast paced mess with a lot
Fast
of moving
pace.
pieces.
That's right.
Which
That's
actually
right.
holds people attention. Some people in this soap world can learn something. As I cast my eyes over at
And
CBS. Mm.
boom. Yeah, they just say it.
struggling. We got
Because
5 minutes, you guys, so we will
Oh, I'm
wrap
waiting. Oh, a quick YNR update. I'm waiting to see if this article gonna play out how they say, well, Elena about to snitch Nate ass out to Devon and all of them. So I'm hoping that that's how it go. I will let y'all know.
up.
wait a minute, what?
Okay, next week they're supposed to file the paperwork for the IPO, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Devon, now Elena and Nate then basically they didn't broke up. They on break. They're on break and
Yeah,
she moved out. So apparently Elena is going to burst into the office right before the IPO papers are gonna get signed because she has something to say. If she ain't bursting in there to snitch Nate ass out, I don't know what the hell else she got to say. Cause what else would she have to say in that circumstance?
right. She gonna
Don't
snitch him
sign
out.
don't sign the goddamn papers. Nate is about to sell y'all out to the Newmans. That's the only thing that makes sense.
I hope she do.
That's gonna be interesting.
I
Well,
really hope
wait a
she do.
minute. I haven't watched GH yet. I heard somebody got hooked today.
Did somebody get hooked today? I haven't watched GH either yet.
Got hooked today. I watched it. I didn't see nobody got hooked unless they got hooked on fucking boredom.
Oh, okay. Well then I didn't miss nothing then. I didn't miss nothing. I ain't even worried about watching it.
Esme came back, which was awesome. She was talking to Ryan today. I kind of missed some of it because I think I had to take a phone call or somebody came by. Oh, my client came by to pick up his dog. So I missed a lot of the conversation. But I saw Esme talking to her daddy, and I was like, see, they conspiring up on some shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
Him that she had a plan and it was a little bit different from what they set out to do. And he was like, well, as I learned from my wonderfully incredible daughter, plans change. And then
Mm-hmm.
it went out with both of them laughing maniacally.
Oh God.
Yes, indeed.
Those
Good
two.
God.
Crying. Y'all,
Those two was working together. Those are the hooks.
but how Ryan getting out
But
of
how?
He
What she
breaking out.
said?
He break. I mean, come on, y'all. This is Ryan. I mean, he is getting out. Unless she got Rory on the team, Bubbles.
I already told you,
But
Rory.
undetected?
I've already told
Yeah.
y'all Rory is the accomplice because there is no way
Oh
that
wait, somebody did die. Oz. What's his face?
who
Somebody died.
The cell phone burner guy.
The
That's right.
bartender dude. The burner phone.
The burner phone guy, the one who sold her that burner phone.
he was sitting there making them demands, talking about y'all came up in my hospital room and got me up out of this damn coma to snatch this girl for y'all. So we gonna call him Ace because I can't remember his name. But wouldn't it make sense for it to be Rory because Esme may have seen this guy, but Esme can't get to him. Rory could get to him though.
Rory can get to him. That's right. That's
I'm
right.
telling y'all, Rory is Esme's henchman. And that whole thing where they were flirting before, I think that was just some Mr. and Mrs. Jones shit where, we on the job and we watching this mark, but we gonna flirt with each other, but we know we got this secret that we already in cahoots together. I seen
Yep.
something like that in the movie before where they pretending like they don't know each other, but they actually Agatha fucking Christie's Murder on the Nile. Was it Murder on the Nile? Is it Murder on the Nile?
I think it is Murder on the Nile.
The people, the lady ends up dead, and there's a boom from a cannon or something. And it turns out that the lady, she's hiding from the sun and everything because she got such delicate skin. But it turns out that she and the man who did it was married, and Mr. The Renfros, they were married, and they were sitting there conning everybody. Nobody knew that they were married, and they had little conversations that you didn't think anything about. But then when it came out, like, holy shit, this whole time, they played it out right in front of us. Like all these little snarky comments that we thought was snarky, that's their fucking love language. That's how they get off with each other, like making these little snarky ass comments.
Yeah.
This in our faces. Esme and Rory are probably lovers, or that Nanny probably raised both of them and he's her brother.
Yep.
And so now they out here putting the fucking squeeze on everybody because Esme's not doing all this shit by herself.
No, right.
She got some. No, she got some. You right about that. Somebody is in the wings helping her pull some of this shit off. She ain't the shadow.
Right.
Yep.
And if it ain't her nanny that attacked Diane, she attacked Diane herself because Diane remembered it was a woman. But I feel like Diane would have remembered it was Esme. So it probably was whoever
Rory. Yeah.
be.
Yep.
Or Rory is sitting down here with some sort of thing like what's his face had on Passions, where he was presenting as a man, but he was actually a woman. I think they was trying to do transgender, but they didn't do it right. But some kind of mental thing where he's a Victoria. That's the only way I would see it. But I'm telling y'all, when it comes down to it, we will not be shocked to see that Esme had help because she wasn't even on the scene when these people started getting hooked.
That's right.
So I'm gonna say that Esme and Rory is working together.
All right. It's 901, Bubbles.
It's 901, and we're gonna bring this show to a close.
Actually, I want to actually correct what I said. I think you're right. Maybe it is the hook. He does get hooked. I'm sorry. You were right.
So they got him because now he testified against Esme. This is the pattern. All of these people that are getting whacked, they looking at it like these people are all connected to Sonny.
No, they all connected to Esme.
Right. They connected to Esme. They connected to Trina. And this whole thing that Esme had going on. It's right in front of our faces. I'm not gonna say this is people coming after Sonny. That's just convenient that the first two people, Brenda was an accident. Now that's gonna
there was an accident. Yeah.
There was an accident, and that shit was meant for Joss.
Yep. That's right.
Too bad he didn't get him.
Too bad.
I know.
Josh get on everybody's nerves. So
don't forget to participate in Bold Live tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna ask Lawrence. I get through, but we got until 6:00 tomorrow to come up with some questions for him.
I know got.
I will. I will be sending you something because I want to know what the hell they gonna do with this man with Carter. Now that the story that we would have gotten is definitely not happening since Quinn's gone and they're not recasting the character far as I can see. So I want to know what the future holds, and I know exactly how to ask it too.
And my question, Bubbles, all I want to know is Zoe coming back with his love child. That's it.
And I want to know is hashtag quarter postponed or is it dead?
I think with Katie sniffing around him, he fixing to be Loganized, and that's where it's going for now.
Oh Lord.
Ugly.
Another one bites the dust. Boom,
Yes,
boom, boom.
go through Logan's. They all every man that come on that show got to go through a Logan. So
Oh my gosh.
start like him.
Protect Finn.
Right, protect men is gonna be the new hashtag.
Yeah.
Keep him safe at all costs.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, y'all have a good night.
Good
Good
night,
Good
everybody.
night,
Good night.
everybody out on YouTube. Thanks for sticking with us.
Thanks for coming out, guys. And if you're new, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Good night, y'all.